Hi Anti-Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we are checking out another Twice song for this holiday advent calendar thing. There's a lot of Twice in this one. That's just the suggestions that I got were just a lot of Twice stuff. I don't think anyone's going to be upset about that, but this one is actually like an original song. I'm pretty sure it's one of the Japanese tracks, which just make me a little bit nervous because Japanese music is a little bit iffy on YouTube, and for some reason my Twice reactions have been like retroactively blocked in Japan a lot recently. Don't know what's going on there, but we'll see how this goes. Hopefully you're watching this on YouTube and hopefully it all works out, but we're checking out Wonderful Day. I'm going to check out a lyric video first so I can listen to the song and just kind of like take it in, and then we're going to check out the special stage afterwards. So let's get into this song and all of the festive vibes that I'm sure are to come. All right, let's check this out. I think this is actually my first Japanese track from Twice, so this feels like it might be a monumental moment, especially since Japanese tracks just hit differently. Look how lovely they are. I don't know. Okay, everyone else has got some smiles, some cuteness, even some like dramatic poses, but for some reason Jungyeon's face here, there's something in her eyes. I'm like, ma'am, you do not need to come for me. I'm already wrecked by you on a regular basis. Okay, let's check out the song. Oh, it's already magical. I love the bells. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh my gosh, I love the melodies there, like the little bounce in it. Also, there's something about hearing Japanese line singing in Japanese. I'm just saying. Something shifts in their voice because I feel like Sunna's she sounds so cute and adorable, and she has like this wonderful, like bright, piercing voice in the Korean songs, but she has like a different vibe when she's singing in Japanese. I've only heard a tiny bit of her singing in Japanese, so maybe I'm wrong, but at least in this part it sounds different. I love the snaps. Oh, I love the big drums too. There's just some really interesting vocal melody choices in this one. Like I'm like kind of bouncing along, but then I read the lyrics and I'm like, this is actually kind of sad, but then the vocal melodies are like really interesting. I don't know what's going on with this song, but it's just lots of elements in it that I'm like, oh, I like that. I like that. They all have a more subdued vocal. This is closer to like their lower end of their vocal ranges than I feel like I'm used to. There's moments where of course they kind of go more into, I think, is the comfortable middle of their range, because you can feel how there's this a little bit more weight to the vocals in terms of letting them have that lower register. It fits with the melancholia of the lyrics, but because it's like so bouncy in the production, I'm kind of like dancing along to it. I'm like, oh no, wait, no, this is sad. Okay, one, love the way that Gio transitioned there into head voice falsetto. I'd have to kind of listen to it again to figure out where exactly we were. It feels a little bit more like head voice than falsetto, but also love just the melodies in this. There's a lot of movement in it, but in a very step kind of way. It has this staccato feeling to it. It feels like we're kind of like stepping down and then flipping up and then kind of like descending again. So it feels like there's this momentum to the song, but it almost feels like with the lyrical content Advent, where they're talking about when you have those moments where you're going through something that's a little bit darker, like you've been downtrodden a little bit, that there are those moments where people lift you up again. I think in this case, it's Twice saying that they're going to like lift once up again, but it can be kind of anyone that you want to project that onto, where there are people who care about you. And I think that that's kind of what the song is about. It's like a reminder that there are people who care about you and who are looking out for you. So it feels almost like the melodies themselves are mirroring this narrative of feeling yourself descending more and more into this darker place and then being lifted up again. We're gonna hear the vocals there again though. Beautiful transition. I love this part with the like really big drum sounding. Ooh, I love the pickup there. This is really fun. Like the talking vocal mode that they're in is really fun. Momo sounds different too in Japanese. Oh, I love how much Nayeon lightened up there. It makes that line her own after we heard Jihyo do it, that having her lighten up so much with her voice, like that is more falsetto, whereas we had Jihyo was staying more in like a head voice kind of zone. She didn't quite put that much air in it as Nayeon did. So making it a little more delicate at the end there, especially as we go into the bridge, just changing the dynamic there. There's something about the melodies in this, like the vocal melodies, they're just like, they have this bounce to them, but also they're all over the place. All of these kind of descending and then rising back up melodies, almost going to sharp or flat notes, and all these little things that kind of shift the direction of the vocal melodies that I find really interesting. Not only is it just like really interesting and dynamic to listen to, and I think it adds something since they're kind of keeping this more subdued vocal, because I think it fits with the narrative. Even the chorus coming in, it doesn't have this big feeling to it, which again feels like it fits with this narrative of kind of reassurance in those darker moments that you're going through, that having all of these different things happening with the vocal melody kind of within this more closed off range in their voices adds something to it, and it keeps that interest. But I think it also fits with the narrative of the song. Again, it's not just the descending and then rising up again. It has this feeling of kind of wandering around kind of aimlessly, right? Like it doesn't really have a direction, and it feels like it's kind of all over the place, which I feel like mimics what they're talking about, of like when you're going through something and you feel aimless and you feel like you're going through something that makes you feel like, we have one of the lyrics, feeling flustered and like feeling like you're all over the place and you can't focus. It's okay. It's okay to take a moment and breathe and know that there are people there who are going to support you through this. And it's okay to take a second and figure out what you even want and not let the world kind of overwhelm you, which I think is also a really nice thing for this time of year too, because it can be rough for people. And I know that for me this year, it's gonna be a rough one for me. Usually Christmas is my favorite time of year and I'm all for the festivities, but this year it's a little bit different because of some of the more recent things that have happened for me. And it does make me feel kind of overwhelmed, because I feel like this obligation to be festive and to be at the same level I usually am at Christmas time. And I just like can't get there this year. So I feel like I'm obligated to do all these things, but the truth is that I'm not. I have to just do the things that make me happy and celebrate in the way that I want to celebrate. So I kind of like that the melodies mimic the brain space that you might be in the holiday season, and then having the lyrics themselves be like this reassurance of like, it's okay, you don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff. It doesn't have to be this big performative thing of like, look how festive I am at this time of year. It's okay to do what feels right for you in the moment, and it doesn't have to be the same as last year, and it doesn't have to be the same next year. In the moment, what feels good for you, right? Ooh. That echo feeling. The vocals in the back are always so good. Oh, that whole part just gave me shivers. Like there was the part with Sana where there was this higher vocal and I was like, oh, that's good. And then Nayeon came in and I was like, hang on a second. I love all their voices so much. Oh, that little cry in her voice too. I was waiting for that. I'm like, oh, this piano key moment. I'm like, oh, this is a very Christmas jazz song moment. But that whole song was just super sweet. It comes from this very earnest place of, yes, you may be going through a whole lot. Yes, there may be things that aren't going the way that you want them to. And, you know, this time of year is rough for a lot of people. But I like the sentiment of, but at least you have this song, right? They're like, we're going to give you this song to just brighten up your day and have that. And you can come back to it for comfort and know that we're here and take a moment to get away from it for a little bit. But we're gonna check out the special stage because we have to. Okay, this already feels festive. I'm so excited. Oh, look at the little bows and Junghyun's hair. Cuties. They're so cute. I didn't expect this to have like actual live vocals in it, but I love that. Look how beautiful Sana is. I feel like this is making me appreciate the Japanese line. And I know that they have like their own stuff that they've released that I haven't gotten to yet, but there's just something about them singing in Japanese that makes my heart happy. I don't know what it is. They look lovely, but they're so cute at the same time that I'm just like, I don't know what to do with all of you, but I'm going to keep them forever. I hope y'all know that, okay? I've seen an episode of Time to Twice now, so I'm in this forever. Like there's no getting out. They have my heart entirely now. I love that dress. Oh, I love her hair. Twins. Okay, I know I'm not super paying attention to their actual live vocals. They sound great. I got distracted by Nayeon because of that hat. Her little ears stick out a little bit. It's so cute. But they all sound amazing. Like they sound like the recording. They're having a lot of fun. I like that they get to just kind of sit and sing and have fun with this song and not have to kind of do like a big show again. I don't feel like that would fit with the song. The song itself is more subdued and more personal between what they're trying to communicate and the audience. So I feel like doing a big show or having a bunch of choreo would kind of ruin that feeling of connection between the two sides. But they just look like they're having so much fun, and I love all their smiles, and I'm just here to like gush and fan, okay? Ooh, see there with Jio, she lightened up a lot more in the live than on the recording. That is far more falsetto. She did a beautiful transition anyway, but she lightened up a whole lot more in the live performance than in the recording. I wonder why. It might have just been like a choice in the moment. Stylistically, it's a lot easier to go with a like head voice as opposed to a falsetto. Like if you sing for long enough, your vocal cords end up swelling a little bit because a lot of blood flows to your vocal cords. So your vocal cords actually get thicker because of that blood flow. So it's a lot harder to get a lighter sound like a falsetto the longer you've been performing. If she had switched from a falsetto sound to a head voice, I'd be like, it's probably because of there being wear on her voice, either from how long they've been performing this or performing other songs, if they're touring or doing a bunch of comeback stages and things like that. But because she's going the opposite direction, I think it's just a stylistic thing. I think in the moment she just felt like lightening up that sound a whole lot more. I don't have a critique there. I'm just like, that's an interesting change from the recording into the live performance. So cute. Dahyun's just coming up with her own choreo this whole time. But also I feel like Jio's just been like doing this one dance move the whole time. She's just like committed to the one action. But I mean, go off, you know? I was wondering what Nayeon was gonna sound like, because she's been cracking up like this whole time. I don't know what she's seeing or what is making her laugh so much, but you can hear like a little bit more tightness in her voice because she's trying not to laugh during this. Which, I mean, hey, at least it proves their mics are on, because you can hear that she's holding herself back. Is it Mina? What did she do? Beautiful. Oh, I love that they did the little echo thing that I was talking about in the recording. Like they did it in the live performance where it's someone singing a harmony to Mina's part, but like slightly out of sync. I love that they put that into the live performance. It adds something. I always love when performers in live performances put in those little vocal moments themselves as opposed to like a backing track doing it for them. They don't have a backing track here for the vocals. So getting to have that little moment that's in the recording translated into the live performance just adds something to it. We have a little bit of a vocal backtrack. beautiful, Nayeon. That ad-lib. Just like the one side of the stage goofing off, and then it cuts to, you can see Jeongyeon. There is some judgment in her eyes, and I love it. The side eye. I'm like, what are you doing? What are they doing? Honestly, I feel like that was slightly more restrained than it could have been. I feel like they could have goofed around a whole lot more, but we had them like sat down and we had a whole stage set out. I feel like if there's a version of this that's in less of a staged form of performance, they're gonna go a little bit wild. I think there's a selfie version of this too. I bet that's a little bit wild because they're allowed to improvise. And considering how much fun they were having in the restraints of this performance, I bet they would really be goofing around if given the space to do so. That was such a cute song. Like, it had so many like festive sounds in it with like these big drums and the bells, and the snaps were really catchy. I love how much fun they have with this song. You can tell from just that special stage how much fun they have with it. They're goofing around and doing little dances to it and making each other crack up, even in this obviously put together stage performance. They all sounded amazing with their vocals too, and they're just having fun, and I love to see it. You know, I haven't seen a lot of live performances with Twice, but I like getting to see them having fun with it, right? Like, it's not choreo, it's not a big stage, it's just them, microphones, stools, having a good time. And I'm definitely going to be adding this song to my holiday playlist so I can get to hear it. I was so excited when I put it on this year and I got to hear The Best Thing I Ever Did again from like all the way back from when I started to get into Twice. It was very nostalgic, but I hope you enjoyed listening to that along with me. You can click this place to go and see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so you miss next time I post a Twice reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!